He has the upper body of a douche.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would be a douche too if I had that solid.
Actually, I know what you mean. He has the upper body of a douche.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Hi and welcome to a new episode of Movie Time, and this time we have been looking at Atomic Shark, which is a movie that was released in 2016, and the director's name is
A.B. Stone.
Right, and also a very famous guy, right?
Right, I don't think so.
This movie is going to be a bit of a pickle to talk about because not much is happening in this movie.
It's pretty slow.
It's pretty slow, yeah, and also there's not a lot going on. We can talk about the plot later on. Let's talk about the characters so we get a feeling about those. And the first character we can talk about is Gina. Gina is a lifeguard, yes. And she is also very hot.
Yeah. That's important.
You said that several times.
It's actually important.
It is important, but also most of the girls is hot in this movie. So.
I saw on IMDb that she's basically a dancer in a lot of movies.
Awesome.
She's a dancer in Iron Man 2, for example.
Awesome.
At the beginning scene when they have that party thing. Whatever.
Okay, I need to look that up.
Fun fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we always like those. No, but she's a lifeguard and she's pretty, and she's also studying to be a sort of not nuclear scientist but radiation scientist, or there's something.
Radiation scientist is right, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's a term even, but something like a radiation scientist.
Yeah, researching radiation and stuff at least.
Right. And she is also one of the characters that we will be sticking on to a long time in this discussion. We also have a character called Kaplan, or Kaplan. What is the perfect pronunciation?
I think it's Kaplan.
Okay, it's Kaplan. And he's also a lifeguard, but he's more of a useless kind. He has a bad knee, so he apparently not able to swim.
Not very good, at least.
Well, he can run, and he can jump, and he can do basically everything with a regular knee.
And you actually see him swim at some point.
Yeah, exactly. So what is the problem?
He probably can't swim for very long.
It probably hurts.
Yeah.
He's probably lazy.
Yeah. Choose a different job then. But he is a lifeguard. And then you might think, well, how can he be a lifeguard if he can't swim? Well, he's using a drone to deliver necessary items to people in need.
Floating vests.
Yeah, floating devices.
Actually, I am pretty damn impressed by that.
I actually thought that was a very good idea. I was like, wow, great idea.
Wonder if people do that in real life.
I hope
should
so.
At least, I hope so.
They're so much faster than humans, so they can just deliver that for them.
And if those movie guys came up with it, I'm sure the lifeguards have come up with it before.
Exactly. But it's actually a pretty fun movie sometimes, so you have some sort of imagination. Mm. And then we have a character called Rotgear.
We thought it was Roger, but apparently Rotcher. Whatever.
I think there was a T when they said it at least.
Yeah, but it spells different than Roger at least.
Yeah, basically Roger.
Yeah, and he's some sort of depressed father to Gina.
Yeah, he just drives around his boat.
Yeah, he looks depressed. And he has some sort of... He can take people on water skiing and stuff.
Yeah, maybe he takes like tourists on water ski trips.
Yeah, exactly. That's his bit. He doesn't do much. He doesn't say much.
No, he's just there.
Yeah,
he's just a guy in a movie.
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah, and then we have Fletcher. I don't know if he's supposed to be the big name in this movie. I certainly hope not.
He's a douchebag.
He's played by David Faustino. And if that name doesn't ring a bell, he's the guy in Married with Children.
Yeah.
You know, with Ed O'Neill and Christine Applegate and I don't remember the mother's name.
No, I mean, but he's the kid.
Yeah, he's the kid. He's the younger brother to Christine Applegate.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if he's known for much else, but he's known for this movie now, if there's something. And then we also have two characters that are reporters. You don't need to go deep into them, but they are more important for the story than for anything else. They're kind of the people who do some digging into this mysterious shark that seems to be roaming the sea.
Yeah.
And I think they are the ones who draws the attention to Gina for the first time about the shark. I mean, she have noticed some sort of burned out fish on the beaches, but not much else. So I think they are the one who kind of progresses the story. That's pretty much the characters. There are a lot of different characters within this movie, but as we usually do, we can't talk about everyone, and also everyone doesn't really have that important of a role. It's more
a typical shark movie. Most characters exist only to be eaten, so not really worth mentioning.
We maybe should mention Kaplan's boss. Yeah. Just for that one funny scene that he did.
I don't remember his name.
No, me neither. But he's Kaplan's boss at least, and he's a douche. That's pretty much his deal. He's a douche, and he's also a boss.
He's that typical guy. The writers, they thought, we need that guy to be a douche. And they made him a douche.
Yeah, he looks like a douche.
Yeah.
He has the upper body of a douche.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much.
I would be a douche too if I have that solid.
Actually, I know what you mean. He has
torso.
the upper body of a douche.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk a bit about the plot. It's really not that easy because the movie progresses so slowly that you lose interest. But also, it's about this shark who gets, I think it gets affected by a radiation coming from a submarine that got sunk in the 80s.
They say that one guy has that theory, but it's not really confirmed in the movie.
No, we never get to see the submarine, so it stays a theory. Which is a bit strange now.
But that
afterwards.
is the submarine in the beginning where the fishes.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a submarine.
But it's been blown up.
Oh, okay. So then we got answer on that question.
Well, we don't get any other theories, so it's probably right.
Yeah, it's probably that. And the shark get affected by that and starts sending radiation.
Radioactive, like
radioactive,
a nuclear reactor.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's red hot.
Yeah, and one thing that I thought was cool about this was that they say that the shark needs the water to stay cool. Which I thought were pretty cool. It's just a small detail, but I like that. And this creature roams the sea and starts eating people in a way where they, of course, dies, but also get burned. And also the shark has some sort of glowing fin.
Yeah, it's so hot that it's glowing red.
Yeah, it's bright red. Which can raise some questions, you know. Wouldn't the water vaporize or something like that?
It should be. I feel like it should be more steaming around it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It should be maybe not boiling when it moves now, but steaming, yeah. Definitely.
It does send some sort of smoke, but it's black smoke, which I didn't really thought
It
was...
should be white.
It should be white, yeah.
Yeah, black smoke, then there would have to be something
Fire.
else.
Something should be burning.
Yes.
So I guess this shows the black smoke because it's more visible for the viewer, but it should have been white.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say that we talk about bits of this movie. So let's talk about the beginning of the movie. How does it start? I seriously don't remember.
It starts with Roger driving some tourists that's water skiing, and she gets eaten by the shark.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first first contact we get with the shark, yes.
Yeah, and then Roger, he comes back and finds her, half-eaten body and notices that it's covered in burns and such. And then he goes back and reports it, though the cops don't really believe it.
No, and then, I don't know if it's in the beginning where Kaplan's boss get a phone call from the feds, from the FBI, that tells him to tell the others to cover it up. Is that the beginning of the movie, or is that in the middle of the movie?
I think that's more in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think it's that.
After the whole burning people on the beach thing happens.
Alright, yeah. But either way, that was strange.
Yes. Not much is really happening in the first half of the movie. It's just them going around and see if they can find any evidence that it's actually a shark doing this.
Right, thank you. Yeah, so in the beginning of the movie, they don't really believe that it exists. They hear some small rumors about it, that it might be some sort of shark that I don't know if they're considering it to be radioactive or something like that, but some sort of monster shark, I think. So in the beginning and into the middle of the movie, it's basically just people going around to find evidence.
It's more like an X-Files episode.
Yeah, exactly. It's people don't seem to believe it, and for that reason, they want people to continue to visit the beach, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there is a shark, it doesn't matter if it's radioactive or not. Should people swim in the water then?
I don't think so. I don't know.
And what does it matter if it's radioactive or not?
No, we don't want people in the ocean if there are sharks.
But it's also because Kaplan's boss, the douchebag, keeps denying that there is a shark at all. He keeps saying that up until his last scene.
Yeah, but in what way does that affect him?
Yeah, but I don't know. He's the one deciding of the lifeguards. So if he says that there is no shark, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. For him, it would be more of his fault if people got eaten during his watch.
Yeah, he's a big idiot.
Yeah, he's a real idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start to gather some evidence of this, they try to figure out a plan to kill it.
Yeah, but I don't think they figure out a good plan ever. It just happens to happen, whatever happens.
I mean, during this period, the only thing that's happening right now is they are trying to gather evidence in some sort of strange ways. It's always a drone over the water, and the shark keeps eating people and almost explodes.
Yeah, there are a few shark attacks here and there, but yeah, for one time it attacks a boat and it gets caught on fire and people are hang gliding from the boat and they get caught on fire as well.
Alright, that was
It was pretty gruesome. It's like a kid and a dad or something or whatever, and they're just sitting up there and waving. Then all of a sudden they all catch fire and they're still sitting there waving. It looks really weird.
I wonder if they knew that they were supposed to be on fire. Yeah. I mean, on the movie.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't know if I would be doing. I mean, some waving, I guess I would do. Yeah, exactly. Like anxious waving. Yeah. I will not sit like a little girl waving to his mother on the train or something. Like, hello.
Anxious waving, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, or screaming.
And then there's this little boy that tries to get one of the other lifeguards to kiss him by doing mouth-to-mouth and stuff.
Yeah, the pervo kid.
Yeah, and then a bit later he digs himself into the sand so only his head sticks up. And then the shark attacks his lifeguard, that lifeguard that he has a crush on. It attacks her, and then it gets some blood on his face and his head pops. Yeah. Like a popcorn.
Yeah, they murder around 2 kids in this movie.
At least.
That's a bit odd, isn't it?
It doesn't discriminate really, no. It kills everyone.
Exactly, and that's the way it should be.
I feel like that's supposed to be some kind of a joke, but it's really dark humor.
Yeah, but a lot of the things in this movie is jokes.
Yeah.
I also think that was some sort of joke. It was some sort of karma joke, I think, because he digs himself down in the sand to get some contact with one of the lifeguards. Yeah, because he has a crush on one of them, and because of that, the sharks jump up and he gets to pay for that in a weird way. Exactly, pop. It says pop.
Yeah.
But there are some. The funniest jokes in this movie are dark, like the glorious battle between Kappa's boss and the shark.
Yeah, that was a really fun scene. You said Kappan's boss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes on a jet ski because he gets to see the shark, right?
Yeah, he finally
Acknowledge.
Yeah, he finally acknowledged that there is a shark because it's like right there. So he rides over the jet ski to confront it.
Yeah,
and he has some kind of weapon. I think it was some kind of electric rod or something.
I
like
think
that.
that's some sort of thing that disciplines animals or something. It's like a typical electric staff or something. But it's really funny because he goes on this jet ski and then the movie changes formats. To that 300 movie.
It goes like widescreen.
Widescreen, yeah, and it's more intense music and it's slow motion and he's riding this jet ski like a horse. And then they'll do like a side slide and jumps towards the shark and like wants to stab him, but just as he touches him, he just like pops. Just disappeared, and they go back to normal. They did some weird format changes in this movie. It was also that one time with
the other with the so-called hot lifeguard.
Yeah, with the hot lifeguard. She tries to call people in, and this one guy just doesn't really recognize what she's doing. So he kind of imagines her calling to him in a sexy way. So the format changed into some sort of mobile thing. Yeah. And
filter thing where
exactly.
there's like hearts around her.
Yeah, and they add smileys and everything and hashtags to make it look like a Snapchat thing or something.
It's like smileys, those with heart eyes and stuff, and then there's a hashtag come here and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that was really strange, and he dies, of course.
Yeah, but then she dies too.
Yeah, she dies too. Yeah.
And then there was this. I thought that was pretty funny. They're in this restaurant, and it says like, 3 out of 4 star restaurant. Mm-hmm. And then they eat fish, and then they realize that the fish that everyone's eating is radioactive, and everyone starts boiling their skin and swelling and blows up, and the whole thing gets caught on fire. And then it shows the rating going down from 3 stars out of 4 to 2 stars.
That's a fair rate. No, so they did a lot of this stuff, and the problem with that kind of stuff is they kind of removes the illusion of it being a movie. Of course, everybody knows it's a movie, but it kind of removes the illusion of it being serious. It's not being serious, it's a comedy, but I think so at least. Kind of comedy.
I think it's such a shame because there are actually many jokes that are kind of funny, but they kind of get dragged down by the fact that this movie, the rest of it, is just boring. Not much happens.
It's really slow.
Yeah, the middle of this movie is horrible. You could you can rearrange the scenes in the middle of the movie and you wouldn't notice a difference because nothing's really happening. No. It's just scenes coming in a certain order, but it doesn't really affect each other, which makes it incredibly hard to watch because it feels like the director just wants to extend the movie. It doesn't really contribute to anything. So the middle part of this movie was horrible. The beginning was fine and the end was fine, but the middle was horrible. They could make this movie. It's around what is it? It's 80 minutes. It could have been like 60 at most.
It could.
But of course, every movie needs to be at least 80, and otherwise it's not a movie.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to extend it, probably. But skip that. Let's walk towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to explain what happens because they don't really know what they're doing.
No.
We need to point out at least what Gina said. That she said that because the shark is radioactive, you can't just like kill it off because if that happens, then it will blow up in a nuclear blast, just like a nuclear reactor would if it like overheats.
Yeah.
So that's why she said that if they are to kill it, then they need to do it like far out in the sea where there are no people, nothing that can actually take much damage.
Yeah.
So the first plan, the first plan is that Gina talks to her father, Rotgear, about borrowing his boat in order to blow it up. I didn't really understand where the shark came into this picture, but I think the shark was supposed to jump onto the boat, and then they were supposed to blow it up.
The way I see it, they were supposed to like fill a boat with dynamite and such, then lure the shark onto it, and then the boat would blow up together with the shark, while they at the same time escape on another smaller boat that they bring with them.
Yeah, exactly. That was the plan, yeah. And that backfires pretty hard.
Yeah, it backfires horribly.
Yeah, it kind of goes in nowhere of what they wanted it to be. They fill up the boats and they go out. And during this time, they try to slow the shark down, I think, with those gas tanks. I didn't really get that.
No, I don't know. They shot like air tanks at it, so it would slow down, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they do that at least. That doesn't work.
No.
And David Fletcher, gets murdered.
Yeah, for no reason.
Exactly. It's a crappy death scene too.
Yeah.
And he gets eaten at least. And now there are only one of the reporters in that boat and Kaplan. And in the other boat there is Rotgear, Gina, and the other reporter.
Yeah.
Whose name I don't remember.
Felice,
yeah, exactly. Felice, yeah. While in the bigger boat they were placing out the diamond and stuff, and then they see a lot of sharks from nowhere.
Yeah, because they throw this like shark bait into the water all the time.
Is that why they all came?
Yeah, I think it lured all of them.
I think so, but it still looked very unnatural.
Yeah.
With like
It was
like
hundreds of sharks with
and
like
all like in a big group and like on the surface, not under the surface level. They were all so you can see the fins.
Exactly, it was like hundreds of fins in water, which made absolute no sense. First of all, I thought today, okay, maybe they are running away from the radioactive shark, but there's no way in hell there are so many sharks in one short area. They're kind of territorial, these guys. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's something that doesn't need to be there.
Nah.
And it didn't really do anything. Did anyone die of that?
Yeah, the guy reporter thing.
No, I don't think he died of that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think he did, yeah.
All of those.
Because he fell in.
Yeah, he fell in because one of these sharks knocked him in the water.
Yeah, but then he kind of like went on.
Yeah, and then after he was in the water, the atomic shark came to eat him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. The atomic shark ate him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it was the regular shark.
One of these regular sharks knocked him into the water.
Yeah, so the only deal with all of those was to push him into the water.
Yeah, a support role, so to say.
Assist.
Yeah, exactly.
Assist kill.
Yeah, he got 1 point for that. I mean, he's stupid. Okay, so he's dead now. And so now there's only Kaplan in that boat. And in the other boat there are 3 people, Rotgear, Gina, and that Felice girl, the other reporter. She gets pissed.
Yeah, she gets all...
She gets super pissed and super depressed.
Because the other reporter
died. They were together.
Yeah, she's totally losing it. And she wants to blow the boat up herself.
Yeah, she wants to... It was actually a funny comment, because she's crying in the bigger boat, and it's like... And Rotgear, Gina's father, is like, we need to go. And she's like, no, you should leave me here. I should die here. And he's like, okay. And he just leaves. I thought that was good. It's like, why should he care?
Yeah, and then Gina tries to talk her out of it, but then she goes crazy and struggles with Gina, and she holds her down to the ground, and she tries to blow up the dynamite in front of them both, but she keeps blowing out the
lighter.
Yeah.
They actually made a funny joke with that, with adding like crucial sound to that, like
this music that's really intense, and then every time she blows out the lighter, the music stops.
Exactly, and she's like trying to turn it on again, and the music goes on, and she blows it out, and it stops. It does that several times. I thought that was really funny, actually.
Yeah, but then she knocks her out, and then Felice begs for forgiveness, but she gets eaten by the shark.
Yeah, of course.
Through the boat.
Yeah, yeah. And also Rotger gets eaten right after.
Yeah, so the boat blows up, and now it's just Gina and Kaplan left.
Yeah, so there's nothing with this plan that's working.
They lost that other boat, so nothing in the plan is working.
They were even commenting on it themselves, saying that, okay, this doesn't work at all.
So now they come up with a new plan that she plans to blow up the shark herself with a thing she straps onto her back, and Kaplan is supposed to ignite it when she is close to the shark.
Yeah, ignite it from a battery or so.
Yeah. And it's attached to her backpack. But
was that a sacrifice from her?
Yeah, it was supposed to be. But then when she gets close enough, the cable flies away, so he can't blow up.
Exactly. He's like screaming, "Gina, I love you!" And then as soon as he's going to put that cable onto the plus pull on the battery, just like drops it. It's like, oh shit, that's not good.
Yeah.
This is like she's just tormenting towards her death, and there's nothing he can do about it.
But the shark misses her for some reason. I don't remember.
No, she turns around and uses the propeller.
Oh yeah. She has this motorboat engine which she cuts the shark with.
Exactly. Which is strange. Yeah. But yeah, she uses that as a sort of transfer towards the shark, to the propeller, and instead of doing that, she turns it around and using it as a weapon.
Yeah. And then she goes up to the surface and screams to Kaplan, "You missed!"
Yeah, exactly.
And he answers, "I miss you too."
He's really in the friend zone.
Yeah, anyway, she lures the shark up onto an island where it gets stuck and can't get back into the water.
Yeah.
And then they escape, and basically the shark gets to blow up on that.
Yeah, it gets too hot because it's outside the water.
Yeah.
So, like a radiator or whatever, it blows up.
Yeah.
Creating a huge mushroom smoke.
Those advanced plans and the solution that actually worked was just a twig it come up on land.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it still need to be on land far away from civilization. So.
But still, a lot of people died.
Yeah, again.
Like with all shark movies.
Yeah. And he never got to kiss her on screen.
No, it happens so often.
Do you think it was because she didn't want to?
Probably.
Did you think he wanted to?
Probably.
Probably.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I would have wanted to.
Me too.
Yeah, so that was basically all of the plot.
That's pretty much the movie itself. I mean, let's talk about the acting.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You think it's terrible?
I hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think none of the actors did a good job, I think. I mean, I saw on their faces that they were acting. They weren't their characters all the time. And the lines were so. I don't know.
Oh, I thought they did a really good job, actually.
I thought
they were good.
So this is the first time I really disagree with you.
Yeah. I thought you can do.
But I got this feeling, like from those 80s family movies, you know, it's not like convincing acting. It's just like this 80s vibe, like Home Alone movie acting.
Yeah,
and stuff.
but this was some sort of comedy.
Yeah,
so they tried to overact their feelings. I know in a jokingly way.
Yeah.
So they're not serious. I think it's harder to play serious than to joke around.
But if they were going for jokingly, they should have acted jokingly. I got the feeling that they tried to do it seriously and failed. but
I can see.
but that's me.
Yeah. And then we need to talk about the shark, of course. The movie doesn't really spend that much time on the shark. The shark is actually a little part of the movie. Don't you agree?
They don't show it that much, which is probably a good thing considering the other two shark movies we watched.
But it's more of looking for the shark than to actually like
seeing the shark
or interacting with the shark. But it's
okay. It's not great.
I think the movie would have gotten to be better if they have spent more time on the CGI or money.
Maybe, but then again, who cares about the atomic
I think the shot looks fine, not great, but
it kind of depends on the level of the movie. Because
I give the CGI 6 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't agree.
Oh, that's not bad.
I don't agree. I felt this shark was horrible looking, and I thought it was like you kind of need to take it in two aspects, because the movie itself, I thought if they would have shortened down the middle part of the movie, it would have gotten better, and it would also have gotten better if the shark was looking better. So I think that the movie itself is better than the shark. So I think the shark is kind of slowing down.
I don't know what the problem is with shark. I would give the effects 5 out of 10.
God damn it, no!
It's not good, but it's not bad.
It's a crappy shark.
No!
It's better than freaking Shark.
Yeah, it's better than Sharknado, but there the old movie was also worse. So in comparison, the shark isn't that bad. I mean, it was really bad, but I mean the movie itself was also bad. Here I think the movie has more potential and would have gotten better with the CGI shark being better.
I don't think the CGI shark was the big problem.
It was a problem.
Yeah,
I thought.
a minor one perhaps, but not the big problem.
No, I thought it was a big problem. Okay, putting that aside. There isn't really much of special effects in this movie besides that.
A bit of fire.
Yeah.
There's a bit of fire, but there's not...
It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't... You don't think, oh, this fire looks hella strange. It looks okay.
Hella strange.
That's what I thought in Birdemic.
I bet it was hella strange.
Yeah, there it was hella strange. That's true.
You turn into a rapper or something all of a sudden.
Okay, so let's talk about the rate of the movie.
I can start.
Kind of feel we're going to get different results here, which I hope.
Yeah, I can start with this. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I found this movie really boring. I hate the story in actually every way. I didn't care for the dialogues, and as I said, the acting, nah. And the shark itself, graphic-wise, wasn't terrible, but it doesn't weigh up. So for the first time in movie time, I will give a movie 1 out of 10.
Well, for me, I actually thought some of the jokes were pretty funny, and that actually makes up for it quite a bit. But yeah, the problem is that it really drags on through the middle, and it's boring overall. But I have seen worse, and I got some entertainment out of it. So we have watched 3 shark movies now, and I'm gonna put this one in the middle. So I'm gonna give this one 3 out of 10. Holy fuck!
Yeah, for me, I thought some of the jokes was really funny. I laughed genuinely, but the problem is, I thought the shark looked too bad, and I also thought the middle of the movie was so goddamn boring that I lost interest, and it was hard for me to get that focus back to the end of the movie. So in the middle of the movie, I started to wish the movie to be over, and because of that, it's going to lower this rate much more than it needed to be. But the end of the movie, I thought they were quite creative, and I liked the way that their plan didn't work out, not once but twice, and it came up with a total different idea. So that's a plus sign, and acting was for me really good. I thought they were really good at delivering their jokes, and Gina had some sort of a mix of comedy and tried to look serious. I like that. But because the movie itself is so goddamn boring, because of the middle scene, I I'm going to give it a 3 too. A 3 out of 10. I'm going to give it. Yeah.
For me, the CGI was okay. The acting I thought was pretty decent. I liked the jokes. The dark humor was pretty funny, although there could have been more jokes actually to make it more entertaining, because the middle part was kind of slow. But overall, I think I actually enjoyed it somewhat. 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought this was the best shark movie so far.
Really?
No, I don't think it was the best, but...
And obviously I disagree. But, yeah.
We don't have to agree.
No,
Exactly.
of course not.
And that is more interesting if we don't agree.
Indeed.
But just it gets a rating from 1 to 5, so out of 10. So it's still not great.
Would you recommend this movie?
I could watch it again.
No.
I don't think I want to watch
I won't
the other
comment
two.
this.
If you want to watch any of the quality shark movies we have seen in this podcast, then I would say Sharkenstein is the only one.
Yeah, me too. Go for Sharkenstein.
I didn't like it. I like this more.
Yeah. I don't even know. I didn't like any of them. So
No.
Yeah, same here. But the best of the worst, so to speak.
the best of the worst. It's a tough one. I think. I mean, three-headed shark attack. It was so goddamn unnecessary. Did you? And the shark attack was so bad. This is also bad, but this was funny in occasion. So if I have to choose, I will choose like Tommy Shark. But I still wouldn't recommend it because the middle part is so boring. Maybe you can go get some snacks or something in the middle, or start watching your phone.
Yeah,
in the middle.
you can be gone for like half an hour or so.
Exactly, and then come back and then wait for the funny jokes. That's pretty much it. But yeah, we'll see what we see next time. But also, if you have any comments or questions or anything, you can contact us at Scandinavian Gaming Pod at gmail.com. So that's the thing you can do.
If you want to tell us how bad we are or how good we are.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
should. We appreciate
Or
both sides.
recommendations
Yeah,
of
we
movies.
do. We love hearing how bad we are.
Kind of a turn on.
Or great.
Oh.
Yeah, see you next time.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Bye.